Hello guys, how you doing? And welcome again to another episode in this series. And thank you for staying around. And I hope by the end of this course, you might have gained a lot of things from this. So in the last class, we talked about HTML attributes. We talked about HTML attributes, and where we mentioned type of attributes, common attributes that we have, and I also mentioned that there are some specific attributes. As there are some attributes rather that are specific to some HTML tags. I mentioned the back part of form and image and something like and so on. And so in today's class. We will talk about a basic HTML web page, the structure of it, and how to begin properly when you want to develop a web page, when you want to design a web page. Yeah, and so I know before we have been using different things. Some things are common objects around us or common stuff that we can see around us. That is what we've been using as an HTML tag, which I'm actually not so, but I wanted to use that method for you to be able to understand some of all these tags and the way they work. So in the last class, we talked about using kitchen as a valid HTML tag. Inside the kitchen, we have cabinets. Inside the cabinet, we have cups, spoons, and we'll also talk about how the attributes can be attached to each of all those things. But in this class, we will see how that actually works out in a real HTML web page. So please, I hope you're ready. If you are the type that cannot code along with me, you can easily just pause right now and just pause on whatever you're doing. Just try to listen attentively and watch everything the way we are doing it. And if you have any problem with any part of the video, you can easily just pause it and just rewind back to it and watch it all over again. And if you feel like you still don't understand it, you can actually leave a message for me below, or yeah. And if you know my handle anywhere, you should be free to reach out to me. And I promise you, if I'm available, I will attend to your questions uh, as well. So let's talk about the basic structure of HTML page. You will see, just like the title of this course, it says Dev from Zero. So this is not really how the name came about, but at least let's just follow all these circles, seeing them as zeros, and we can say, so let's assume that this green circle that we have here is actually the cabinet that we were talking about the last time. Sorry, the kitchen that we were talking about in the last class. So let's say in our green kitchen, we have two cabinets. We have the cabinet which is red, and we have another cabinet which is blue, right? So let's say in our kitchen of green, we have two cabinets, and we have a red cabinet and we have the blue cabinet in our kitchen. So the same thing we can easily use to translate into the structure of HTML. When you're building an HTML page, three things are very essential to you. Three tags are very essential, and you can see them on the right side here. We have HTML itself. We have HTML. We have the head part of it. We have the body, and so it is just a very simple way of starting a web page. You should know that there is a big container that is holding everything, which is also your HTML. So in this page, we can see that HTML itself, it's also a tag, a valid tag in building a web page. And it is HTML that will wrap everything that you want to do. And let me tell you one secret, except you have some funny browser plugin that are creating some stuff, inside your HTML, you will only always have two objects inside it. When you're building a web page, And these three components are very, very important, and they must always be in your web page when it is being rendered to the browser. So the first one, as we can see, HTML itself. The second one, head, and the third one is body. So with the head, let's move to the slide after this. Yes, so this is the set of tags that we'll be talking about. I'll mention this in briefly, but we'll not go too deep into any of this right now. Yeah, so let's look at this big circle, the green circle. So I'm trying to like map it out fully here. Let's look at it as a bakery, right? The green circle is a bakery, and where you go to, okay, I need cake, I need bread, I need sausage roll, I need all those things, right? And they have two parts of it. Let's just say basically they're supposed to have two parts of it. There is a part, the kitchen, where they have the oven, everything. It is not always open to all the customers, right? You can easily just walk in. But when you're walking in, you're not walking into the oven area. You're not walking into the kitchen. You're walking into the showroom where you see all those bread lining up in the rack, and the meat pie in a big glass, right? And you can see all those chicken, every other thing. If it's available in the bakery there, right? You can see all those things in the blue area. But so why am I using bakery as an example to teach HTML web page? Because we want to talk about what is necessary to the customers and what is not necessary to the customers. Some is necessary. So there is a part of the bakery where everything, how they're mixing it, amount of sugar they put into it, it doesn't concern you. All you want to do is, I want to go to the bakery, I want to pick up a bread, I want to pick up meat pie, I want to do all those things. So the same thing, and let's look at this color and map it up to our HTML big circles now. So we have the green circle here as our bakery. So that means in every web page, you must have this green circle, which is the HTML tag. And the red circle, maybe the red is the danger zone. So the red circle is where all the dirty activities are happening, right? All those logic, everything, the thinking, okay, how many sugar should we put? How many bread are we making today? How many meat pie are we making today? How many other do we have yet? Where all those powerful things are happening is in the red part. So, and in terms of HTML, we have head as well. So inside the head is like the brain of your web page, where you say, okay, this is your name. This is how you react when you're on mobile phone. This is how you should react when you are on a BlackBerry device. This is how you should react when you're on a big screen. This is how you should react when you are on a small screen. So all those kind of things you do in the head part of an HTML, right? In the head part of an HTML, and but those beautiful ones where you want to add your products images, you want to tell them, welcome to my website, welcome to this. On this website, we'll give discount of 5,000 naira, or if you click on this button, you will get this is so gift, all those stuff. That is where you want to do the beautiful part of your web page. So just like when you walk into a bakery, you see the attendant smiling at you. Hello, good evening. How can I help you? What do you want? Okay, we have this, we have that. Would you like to add this to your list? So all those things, that is where you attend to the customers. So in the body part of HTML, it's also where you attend to your viewers. So your visitors, those are visiting your website. So most of all those beautiful things that you want them to see will be added into the body part. So, and majorly in this course, we'll be dealing so much more with the body part of HTML. and we can see the green part, we can see the red part, and also the blue part. But just like what we did the last time when we were talking about kitchen, cabinet, and auto spoons, we talk about, okay, the kitchen is going to be the big box where we will have those cabinets inside it. So now let's look at it. Like in any web page that you are going to be building with ordinary HTML, there will only be one HTML tag in your file. There's also going to be one head tag inside your file, and there is also going to be only one body tag in your file. And inside your HTML, you can only have head tag and body tag. So these two other tags will be those that will contain those other elements that you want to be adding to your page. So nothing is going to be inside HTML tag apart from your body tag and the head tag. So let's start with the way we were doing it the last time. Let's get into the code. So before we do that, okay, let me bring this up again. So in the last class, we talked about how to structure our project. So we will start from that part. So in case you forgot or you're joining us for the first time, I will recommend that you start with the first video up to, this is the fourth lesson in this series. So I will advise that you start from the beginning so you can easily catch up with whatever that we'll be doing in this. So let's get into it. So with this structure that we have here, we'll create a folder for our project called Zero. And right now we're not dealing with so much stuff. We will only create the index file, and we will work inside that for now. So subsequent ones that are all these other pages that we will create, and we have a folder where we'll keep all our images. We have a folder to have our style, keep our CSS files, and we have a folder to keep all our logic scripts in case if we'll be doing any calculation, any serious implementation that HTML on its own cannot handle. So we'll be keeping all those files inside the style tag. So let's get into code, and let's build these 3 circles out in pure HTML code. All right. So first of all, let's create our folder. So let's create a folder called Zero. So if you don't, I want to believe that you know how to create folder, how to navigate through files, and all those things, and how to handle all these applications. We've talked about all these things in the earlier videos, so please feel free to check them out. Okay, so this is the folder. We can easily open this folder up by going to File. On this our application, File, Open Folder, but I don't want to go through that. I just want to drag this file and open it up here straight away, right? So I hope we can see. So let me just zoom this out a bit. Okay, let's drag it out. Align this. So in Zero, let's close this welcoming message. So in Zero, in our first class, I told us about these 4 buttons. So just to create a file, we'll use the first button, which says New File. So let's click New File, and we want to create our index.html. So now, if you look down here, you can see that this is already saying we're writing an HTML code, so that is good. So now in our index.html, we have 3 circles. Let's see our circle as a bakery. Let's start by saying bakery. Let's say this is the bakery tag. This is our bakery, right? Inside our bakery, we have 2 parts. We have 2 rooms. We have the showroom, and we have the operation room. So the operation room, let's call it kitchen. Kitchen. So our kitchen is the strong room, and we have the showroom. So let's say we have the showroom and the showroom. space. And just like I said, we cannot have more than 2 tags inside our big HTML. So let's say inside a bakery, only 2 rooms are very, very important: the kitchen and the showroom. So now we have the kitchen and the showroom. So if we look at these circles, the way we have them here as well. So this is our kitchen. This is the kitchen. This is our bakery. The green one is our bakery. The first one is the kitchen, the operation room, and we have the showroom. So now let's use this color. Let's use this pattern that we've used for bakery to create all these as HTML page. So as a real HTML page, and then we can go back to our code. We can go back to our code and say, so instead of kitchen, showroom in a bakery, then let's do the HTML as if that is our bakery. HTML. Right. HTML, we can only have 2 other rooms inside it. The first room is head. Then we'll say head. And the second room is what? Body. So inside this head, anything can go here, right? But there are some set of HTML tags that we can put into this. So I will only pick one out of them right now, which is the title. So this title is what your browser will use to be able to identify this page amongst all other tabs, right? So you can easily use it to identify this page among all other tabs. For instance, let me show you that. So you can see this here is called new tab. If I open another tab here, it's also new tab because they are the same code. That is the same code that is running this first page and the second page. So both of them are showing 2 tags. So what of on this second tag, I say, let's go to google.com. Now, so you've seen google.com up here, but this one is new tag. So if I'm on another page, let's go to CBN website, cbn.gov.ng. Let's say the exchange rate. Then this is telling us that, okay, the title of this page is Central Bank of Nigeria exchange rate, and it's showing you the URL to that web page. So if you come here, the title on this page is just Google from google.com. So the title on this page is just new tab from Chrome new tab. This is not a website, it's just a browser plugin that I have on my system. So that is this, and if we check from CBN website, let's right click on any element and we view this page source. Then if you check, there is HTML starts here, and at the bottom, if you go down, you will see that it must end with HTML. Then you can see body, the end of the body tag here. So that means the body beginning should be somewhere up here. Then you can see that body beginning from here, and you can see the head starting from the top. Immediately after the HTML, the head is starting and it ends down here before the start of body. So, and if you check inside this head, we must see a title tag that shows this name that we see here, Central Bank of Nigeria bar exchange rate. Then you can see Central Bank of Nigeria bar and exchange rate. So how do we put that title there? By using the HTML tag called title. So let's go inside the head and add a tag called title. So a tag can be a container for another tag if it's a paired tag, and if it is just an unpaired tag, it can be a container. That is the end of whatever you can put inside that tag. So you can put anything inside an unpaired tag, But because title is a paired tag, then we can easily just put whatever title we have in between the opening part and the closing part of that tag. So in between it, let's say welcome, or like let's say dev from zero, dev from zero, dev from zero. We can say, okay, let's say welcome, or let's say home page. Then let's put the bar too there. The bar is not compulsory, so it's whatever text that you want to. But in the title, it is only text that is allowed. You can't put any other thing inside it, even though it's it's a paired tag, but it is only text that you can put inside it. If you put something else inside it, yes, not that it will not work, or not that it will not show, but ideally you should only put text inside that. So, and for now, this is just the tag that I'll be talking about inside an HTML head tag. So in the body, then if I save this file and I go back to my folder, zero folder, let's go to our folder. Okay, I want to be seeing all these things clearly on this page. Yeah, so I want to be seeing all of them once. All right, so this is what we have there. After I've saved this file, Control S, and I can come into this folder. If I open it up, you will notice that I have, let's just say icons. I have only one folder, only one file inside it called index.html. If I open this index file up, sorry, it's opening on another browser on the other screen. So let's bring it down to this page. I'll close this for now, and let's create. Okay, we have an empty tab here. So this is the link to it. So don't worry, it might be different on your own system, but this is the structure on my machine. So just double click on that browser. Sometimes on your system, on your own system, you might be seeing another icon on it. Maybe your Chrome browser or your Mozilla browser icon, or Safari, anyone. So that means if you have a default HTML page software, like any browser, so that is what will be showing in your own case. So just double click on it and it will launch your default browser. So my default browser is Chrome, where it has just opened on another screen. I have two screens up here. So if after putting it there and I run it, then you can see that we just have a blank white page. A blank white page. We don't have anything inside the body, right? And the only thing that we've added is homepage bar DevFromZero. So where is that showing? Just like other websites that we've opened, where their own title is showing, then we can see that our own title is also showing here. homepage dev0. So just to start, maybe if we go back to our manual, so we can pick the heading tag. So let's start from the beginning here. So the heading tag, this is heading tag, not header tag, header title. It's just heading title. So there are this set of tags in HTML that we usually use to write big titles on a web page, right? They are called heading tags. So then, we don't type the heading one by one. We just call it H1, and we have it from H1 to H6. So I'll show you how they work, and we can easily go back to our code, and from here we can say inside the body now. So what we want to display to people will be inside the body, but other powerful stuff will remain inside the head. So now we want to show our customers, our users will want to tell them welcome when they get to our web page. So let's use the header tag. The heading tags, though I said the heading tags range from heading 1 to heading 6, from 1 to 6. And how do we write it? We just don't say heading, right? We only just use H. So for the first one, we say H1, then we put our content inside it, our title inside it. Then we can say welcome to our website. So if now I go to the browser, if I go to the browser and I refresh this page after I have saved, don't forget that I have saved my file, then you can see that we have one big text here saying welcome to our website. Right, welcome to our website. That is H1. Okay, what if I don't use H1? I just say welcome to our website. Let's remove this. I say welcome to our website. So don't forget that when I'm typing, you'll notice this white circle here. This white circle means that I have not saved this file. This white circle means that I have not saved this file, but the moment I pick website, the moment I save this file, I can easily just say Control S or Command S on the keyboard, or you go to the menu, the file menu, and pick Save. Then you'll see it. The circle will go off, and it will only remain the close button. Right? So the circle is just to tell you, like, something is going on, stopping you. If I even try to close this, it will tell me that you've not saved this file. Do you want to leave it like that? I can just say, and this is the reason why at the beginning I said we should all try to use the same software. So whatever I am running into as a problem, if you're encountering the same thing at your end, then we can solve it together. Or whatever problem that you're running into using the same software, I can easily guide you from here, and you will be able to resolve it at your end too. So if you've been using another software and you're not getting the same thing as something that all those things that I've been doing, I will advise that you download Visual Studio Code on your machine, and let's have the same view and the same workflow. So on this website, let's click this way and save the file. If I come to this page and refresh the page, you will notice that ordinarily, if I have not used the H1, this is how my text will look like. So if we now come back here and say H1, let's move to the next line and just use our H1 now and say welcome to our website. Let's use the same text so we can know what the difference looks like. So this is H1. Let's move to H2. Let's try H2, and we say welcome to our website. You will notice that as I'm typing the first, the opening tag of the opening part of that tag, the software, this Visual Studio Code, is helping to create the second part automatically, and is already putting the cursor in between them for me. So this is supposed to make things more easier for you, but at least try to always type your code out, because that will sink more into your knowledge than just looking at it and assuming that you have known it. Make sure you get your hand on your keyboard, you type it, see those errors, and find a way to resolve them. So let's quickly finish this. I don't want this video to be more than 30 minutes. And so let's just quickly do funny stuff here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what I'll just be doing is I'll just be changing those numbers accordingly. So this is H3. H4. You might be wondering how I'm doing it. So this is H5, and I don't want to be clicking, so I'm just using some quick trick in Visual Studio. So you can easily select one thing and use Ctrl D or Command D to select the next type of the next occurrence of that, and you can type at the same time H6. So what if I mistakenly type H7? Let's see what we have. And say H7 and H7, and we'll save and go back to our page. Let's confirm H1 here, H1 here, H2 opening, H2 closing, H3 up to the end. Good. Save our file and we'll refresh our page. Then you can see H1, the biggest, H2, the next one after it, down up to H6. H6 is the smallest. But what when we say H7, it doesn't know what to do. Then it's just render it's just like the one we have at the beginning. So that means in HTML, there's no tag called H7. So here we will stop now because of the time, and in the next class we will move on to horizontal rules, paragraph, list, and the bold tag. So this is what we'll be dealing with. We'll be omitting image. I want us to get all these basic ones before we move into images. So thank you so much for the time, and you feel free to leave any comments below. If you have any question for me, I promise I will attend to them one after another. And please, if you like this video or this class or the previous one, please, I will only try to request for you to like the video, and please, your thumbs up will really help my channel. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, and I hope you have been able to gain one or two things from the basic structure of HTML web page. We'll meet in the next class. Thank you, and bye for now.